Welcome back to Weymouth to the World. In this episode, I complete my first offshore passage from Portland to Cherbourg in France. First day was pretty horrendous weather, and then contrasted the next day by an absolutely glorious sail home, and we even had a dolphin jumping off the stern. So stay tuned and enjoy. Big news, big news. I am about to embark on my very first passage where I will lose sight of land. So far, if you've watched like my solo sail and little bits here and there, I've just been doing like Lulworth and back, you know. It's only, well, it's coastal sailing. I've decided that I have to do this, and it has to be done. So I've done my passage plan to Cherbourg, crossing the busiest shipping lane in the world. Gonna be up at 4 o'clock in the morning. At the moment I'm getting the boat ready, things like jack stays to clip into if I need to leave the cockpit. I do have help. I managed to, the guy who's going to come across the Biscay with me, he's taking a day off work. So, but I'm going to try and say to him, right, okay, this is, you know, I want to do it solo, but he's there as like a backup, which is exactly what I need. So yeah, leave about 5 o'clock. Plan to be in Cherbourg for around tea time, you know, see what the wind's doing. I've done, like I said, I've done my passage plan and it's given me around about that time. Nervous is an understatement, you know. This is pretty big. I know I've done the course and I've been out practicing. I don't feel like I've had enough sailing experience to take on the channel, but I'm gonna have to do it. I've got to do it. Yeah, it is what it is. So I'm going to carry on getting the boat ready. Little things like, you know, my ensign, I've just dug out flagpole that sits on the back of the boat. Put the ensign on there. Get the French flag out because you've got to fly that when I get into French waters, so I get all that prepped, all these silly little things. Now that we're not in the EU, I've got a form for entry and departure. Got to remember to do all this. So yeah, hopefully we'll be fine. there's not much. I'm not going to do a video on, you know, getting the boat ready for things like food. It's only 2 days, Sunday across, sleep in Cherbourg tomorrow night, Sunday night, Monday home.
I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best, even though I'm so stressed out. Everything just feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out. But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me
Simon.
Hello, nice to meet everyone.
So it's 10 o'clock. We've got to be up at 4. We're going to get our head down. It's going to be a very quick sleep. Simon is pretty much like me, just lives on a boat, wants to get some sailing experience, just doing his day skipper. So it's going to be great for both of us. It's going to be a challenger.
Yes, looking forward to it.
Yeah, it'll be good. Right, see you in the morning. It's 4 o'clock. Time to go and start doing things.
when I can't seem to get out. But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Your lies, I'll do what I want. I'm inspired by thirst, I'm inspired by worth. I desire your worst, so you can just hide while I work. I ain't tired, you first. I'll write a second, third.
Right, that's us ready. My crew's ready. We can't really see much. Si's ready, boat's ready. I think just going to sort the lines out. The weather is pretty horrible, to be honest, but I think, are you happy to go for it?
Yeah.
I think we're just going to go for it. Hopefully start getting a bit better when we're in the channel. Right, that's us underway. just slipped the dock. That went pretty well. It's windy. We're showing 19 knots and that's in the harbour. I think it's going to be pretty wild out there. Are we ready for it? Okay, I have to say, I mean, we're at 22 knots in the harbour. Heading out for the entrance, if you can see it in the distance. Portland behind us. I don't even know what it's going to be like out there. Wind in our sails, or sail. I've got the main up at the moment. I'm going to get on my head into East Shambles marker buoy and then see where we go from there. I've got 2 reefs in the main. She's already wanted to heel over quite a bit. Yeah, let's see what happens. I'll see what knots I'm getting. Have a little look at the weather. But it's what we've got. We're now on the sail. We've got 2 reefs in Portland. It is not a nice day. I think it's pretty ballsy for my first sail, but I'm gonna have to get used to it, I guess. On our way to East Shambles marker buoy and then bearing off to France.
Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me f***ed up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face.
This is officially the furthest I've been on my own away from land. I'll show you out there now. It's pretty windy, but you can see the sea stakes getting bigger. Just had a couple of big ones come through a minute ago. Course looks alright, slightly off course due to tide pushing, but that's what I expected, part of the passage plan. I'll go back down below, do another passage plan shortly because I set it for 5 knots. We're actually doing nearly 7, so making good ground, but my passage plan will be out for the tide, so I'm going to have to redo that. Portland, just turn that down. So the wind is still up at 20 knots. It was 25 about half an hour ago. Some would say for, you know, a first time skipper out on his own. At the moment I am on my own. Simon's gone back to bed. 25 knots is you know, pretty full on. Oh yeah, I was a little bit nervous. It's come down to 20. We're tonking along at 8 knots, which means my passage plan is going to be quite out because I conservatively put us at 5. I've still got 2 reefs in the main and the head sail, and we're still doing 8 knots. I think we got tide pushing us out to the east, which is what I expected. That's on my passage plan, but I think we might have some behind us because yeah, we're going pretty rapid. So I'll wait for Simon to get up in a little bit. I'll go back down below, do another passage plan and see what course to steer we need from here. I don't see any shipping yet, which is good. It's settling down. The weather's getting slightly sunnier. The waves are getting a bit bigger. We've had a few large ones come through, washing straight over the whole boat. It's been interesting, but yeah, settling in. I'll keep you posted. So I've got my first ship, and typically it's looking like it's going to be an interception. It looks a little bit bigger than me, so I'm not going to mess around. I'm going to go around the back of that. I can see it's doing 12 knots, so I'm just going to make my intentions known and start heading towards it, go around the back, heading back. I've changed direction. As you can see now, I'm safely, he can see exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to start tacking back round onto my course. He can see that I'm going to be going behind him. So yeah, he'll be a lot less panicky now, thinking that some little yacht has not seen him. Shouldn't be too far off course. I'm only going to stay like this for a couple more minutes, and then yeah, should slip in behind him. I'm gonna have to get Simon up. I want him to keep watch, and then I'm gonna have to redo the passage plan, because as I said earlier, we've been tonking along pretty quick. So the tides will be out when we start getting towards France, so see how it goes. Away from that. Okay, like an alarm's going off. Okay, so bizarrely the wind's just gone back up. 22 knots, it was 25 knots a minute ago. Waves, the sea state is just kicking up. Just had like I'd say a 2.5 metre wave just come at the side of us there. That certainly woke me up. Got another large vessel on the horizon. I'll have to keep an eye out what that's doing. Probably go around the back of that as well. Crazy times. Just down doing my charts. What happened, Ty? What did he take one in the face? Yeah. So every hour I come down, mark my position on the chart. I've also got a little log, captain's log. I've got my time, position, course, speed, what the weather's doing. So at the moment it's like a force 5 to 6, pretty gnarly. And millibars, the pressure. So this was my course over ground. My course to steer was going to bring me further to the east, and I'm actually quite a way out off the east at the moment, but the tide will turn and start pushing me back on that line before I get into Cherbourg, maybe. But like I say, we've made good time. So that's where I was predicting to be at 10 o'clock. And we're here at 10, so we're quite a way further south of our line, but also quite a bit east, but that was expected with tide. Wind, there's quite a bit of wind, so I've come round a little bit more to start heading back to the line, and then I'll do another passage plan. We've been getting gusts of up to 30 knots. 30 knots is a lot. Now I've only got 2 reef points in my sail. Most boats will have 3. I really need to consider getting a third put in, because when it hits the 30 knots Whoa, she's rounding up. There's too much sail out, but I can't do anything about it. So we're just battering through these waves. Let me show you what we've got. That's actually pretty tame at the moment. We've had some big rollers come through. The GoPro never does it justice anyway. It's not going to look like much. But yeah, we dropped down to 6 knots. I think the tide's starting to turn, should push us back onto our course. We've got a lot of shipping around now. We've got a ferry on the horizon. That's probably the Portsmouth to Cherbourg. We've had one just cross in front of us. We've had a couple behind. So yes, very vigilant. But yeah, I definitely need to get a sail maker to come and have a look, and I need to get a 3rd reef point. Means more rigging, means more expense. Yay! You can see how much we're heeling over. The old oven's giving it some. Place is trashed. Got a little bit of water coming in through one of the skylights as well, so I'll need to investigate that. But yeah, it's a pretty good shakedown. But if I knew it was going to be 30 knots out here today, there's no way I would have come. 30 knots, even for experienced sailors, 30 knots is pretty wild. For someone like me with hardly any experience, it's a bit crazy really. But we're here now. Quickest place to get to is Cherbourg, so onwards and upwards. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this very well, but you can see that's us just coming out of the main shipping lane. So all of those blue triangles are great big boats like that there, that cargo container there. The others are probably just out of sight. No, one over there. So yeah, that's us kind of, there's a lot of flickering going on. Yeah, that's us coming out of the shipping lane pretty much. Still gonna have to keep an eye out. There's still gonna be fishing boats and ferries and all the rest of it coming through. Wind's dropped down to 18 knots. We're very close to the wind. So our speed has dropped down to not even 2.5 knots. But I think we've got a bit of tide punching into us at the moment, and definitely from port. So we'll see what happens. And ho! Can't see it very clear, but just in the distance we've got France. So yeah, it said about 18 miles to run. We just had our first situation. The wind started getting lighter, so I decided to shake a reef out of the sails, and when I had finished doing it, the GPS had gone off. There was no screen. Everything had gone off, it had gone dead. What it is, I believe, you hear the engines running now. The battery, we was under auto helm for about 6 or 7 hours, and it just kills the battery. There's no sun for the solar panels. So yeah, we started the engine and everything's come back on again. Slow progress now, and on the chart I've made positions the last sort of 20 minutes or so, just to make sure, taking a bearing off of the last position of where I want to go. We're steering to that now, and just hopefully get to the eastern entrance into Cherbourg. I think that GPS tripping out, I think the battery tripping out has just sort of thrown things a little bit there. It's not really what I wanted on my first trip as skipper. It is what it is, you've got to adapt and overcome. Because I didn't follow the passage plan and I doubted myself, I'm now punching tide outside Cherbourg, trying to get east to get down into the east entrance. I started panicking because I thought I was coming, when I was close to the UK, I was coming too far east. So I started coming back on my course over ground, which I should have stuck to my course of steer, because then the tide would have put me back over. So now I'm just punching the tide that should have been bringing me back in. Lesson learned. I mean, you know, I need to do these things. I need to find out the hard way sometimes. It just means it's put a couple of hours on the journey. I mean, I could have been in that. I've made such good time this morning coming out of Portland. You know, smashing 8 knots, doing really well. But yeah, this is just a setback. I'd be moored up by now. I'm kind of kicking myself, but it is what it is. Hopefully I can film while I'm going through the port, but it's going to be very busy, and this is probably the hardest part for me. is the finding a pontoon in a marina I've never been to, and then getting alongside, making sure the winds don't push me into someone else's boat. So hopefully I get some footage for you. If not, then I'll catch you when I'm alongside. Getting the lines ready. We're getting closer. Bow line on. Simon's doing the fenders. I think he's doing the fenders. So yeah, I've been told we're on Quebec pontoon visitors. So I'll find that, assess it, see what we're doing. I don't think I'll have time to film. So the next time, hopefully be alongside undamaged. We're in. We are on. Thanks to this lovely couple next to us. Thank you very much for helping with our lines. And here we are in Cherbourg. My first passage complete. Nothing broke apart from me inside. So now it's time to check in. Off to get the passport stamped, have a shower. It's been a long day, but here we are. Bonjour, messieurs. We've done it. So no sooner have we got here, we are making a passage plan to head home. I'm going to show Si how to do a passage plan. He's just started doing his day skippers. I'm no expert, but you know, I can get us there. I think. I hope. We'll see. We're up and about. It is 7:15 French time, 6:15 in the UK. Done all my working out for the passage plan yesterday. One thing I did forget is the time difference, so it actually meant we got an hour lay in because I've done it from the English time, so that's actually quite nice. It's looking lovely. Simon making fog. I'm not editing that, mate. That's going on. So yeah, we just had some food and a coffee and pack up and then get gone. It's looking lovely. Hopefully the winds, I've checked the shipping forecast today this time, which I didn't do last time. I just checked windy and predict wind, and it obviously flared up to 30 knots, which I wasn't given in any of them too. Shipping forecast is saying it's not too bad. Should be a nice little sail. Wind pretty much behind us, so it should be more comfortable than yesterday as well. And I'm gonna stick to the passage plan today. I'm not gonna lose my nerve and doubt myself, which I did yesterday, which then put us too far west, and I was beaten into tide for about an hour trying to get into Cherbourg, which is kicking myself a bit for that. However, let's see how today goes. See you out there. Unfortunately, it is, well, not unfortunately, it is the exact role reversal of yesterday. We've come out, we've got the sails up, but there's no wind. We've got 7 knots wind, which just will not fill these sails. So we're under motor, punching kind of into the tide, cross tide. It should start taking us east pretty rapidly because it's a heck of a tide going on. But yeah, hopefully when we get a bit further away from land, we might pick some wind up and then we can turn the engine off. If not, it's going to be a day of motoring, I think. Hope not. It'd be nice to have another sail under these glorious conditions. more like it. Engine off, chilling. 15 knots. Now that we've come around the headland, if you can see, so there's France Cherbourg is behind us. Headland. Now that we're in the open channel, we've got some wind. New passage plan complete, new course to steer. Hope it's right. We're getting 6.5 knots now. I planned for 6 knots. Typical, so I'll probably have to take another look at it in a while. But yes, going pretty smooth, pretty chilled. He's got it too easy. I think I need to get him working, scrubbing the decks or something. We just had a proper crazy 5 minutes. It went from a steady 15 knots straight up to 20. Boat went over, we had full sails out, started rounding up, had to take a preventer off. Poor Simon had his feet in the water, he was on the rails taking the preventer off. And yeah, it was just all a little bit crazy. We got 10 knots. That's the fastest I've been in this boat, 10 knots. So we've reefed, put a reef in both, and yeah, we just sat again quite nicely, 8.5 knots. We're making really good time. I've had to do a couple of passage plans, redo passage plans, just because we're punching through the tide pretty quick. So with any luck, we'll be home earlier, home in time for dinner and medals. I'm going to play chicken with a tanker. It's a little bit bigger than me, but I think I could take him. We just had dolphins off the back of the boat, or a dolphin. I heard a slap and it was jumping clean out the water 3 times, and now he's gone. What a treat. He got scared. I could see the captain pushing his levers forward to hurry up and get past me, because he knew I wasn't going to move. Done my passage plan this morning, last night, and yesterday I didn't trust my passage plan and it put me in a wrong position when we got to Cherbourg and I was beating against tide. So today I trusted my passage plan. The tide took me way out to the east, and that right there, that beep you hear, is my waypoint alarm. That means I have made it back to the waypoint, which I don't know if you can see. My waypoint was East Shambles Marker Buoy. Ta-da! That is, like, today was been such a good sailing day. We've got some really good speed coming back. Boat hit 10 knots. Yeah, I'm just really pleased with how today went. A big contrast from yesterday. It was just, yeah, just disgusting yesterday. So take the boat in, put her back in her little position, and then time for food, shower, and an early night for sure. Guess where we are? Back home. We've done it. First navigation as a skipper offshore, first time I lost land across the shipping lane. It's a hell of an achievement. I feel pretty impressed with myself, I'm not gonna lie. Big thanks to Si. Did you enjoy that?
I did, it was good fun.
What do you reckon about yesterday?
It was horrible.
Yesterday was disgusting, but it was an experience. It was really good. We had to do it, and yeah, we're back. Lines are going on as we speak. One more line and then we are going to go get some food, and I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight. So impressed, so happy. As always guys, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode and would like to see more, then please hit the subscribe button and the notifications. I am leaving to head south down towards the Med very soon, so the content will be getting better, so stay tuned.